66, which was pretty good. Improvement, got better. We can talk about the early and the end, and that wasn't what we wanted to do. I'd say I'd take a responsibility putting all those guys in at the end. That was not what I wanted to do. Didn't feel good about doing it, but at the same time wanted to get them in there. So it wasn't. That was my fault. I won't base anything on what they did in those last couple of minutes. Our younger guys and putting them all together was a mistake on my part. So I told them that right afterwards and take full responsibility for that. But win against a team that's hungry, played hard. We got something out of it. I think that's the important thing. They're a team that we knew was good, old, experienced. Kentucky Wesleyan had a lot of history, and so we played a very good team, and they were hungry. We watched them play against South Carolina when they were up the whole first half, and battled the whole way through on that one. But there's some things to do. We got to get our rotation set. Malcolm being out kind of messed up our rotation, but I thought Malcolm played well. I thought Kem played well. Concerns were going into the year were evident in this game. Pick and pop 4, spacing the 4, playing the bigs out on the perimeter, having young guys guarding smaller guys and out on the perimeter was obviously something that was exposed tonight, and we knew that was going to be there. And so we got to get our young guys ready to do that, ready to guard on the perimeter and do some things. But 17 practices, second game, 6 freshmen. We've got to get better, and we've got to get some things done in these next couple of days before we go against Albany. But we've had some good stretches. I like how some of our guys are playing. I thought Lamar played well. I thought Talib played very well, rebounded well, and I thought Trayvon played good for stretches, and Ashton was very solid too. So some good things, and we just got to get our sets. I didn't do a good job preparing here for this, and we're trying to work with a lot of guys, and that may be something that's holding us back right now.
What did you like best about Lamar?
Lamar's been playing well in practice, so it's not a big surprise. I know he didn't play great in the first exhibition or even the blue goal, but he's been playing really well. So we've been seeing that. So he's played very well. He's shooting the ball well. He's rebounding well. He got 5 tonight. Actually, he's been passing the ball well. He's been one of our best all-around guys. So. He's playing very good basketball. So you may not have saw it in the last game. I thought he played solid. Obviously, his numbers didn't stand out, but he's been playing very good in practice, and he makes us better when he's on the floor.
Did you want to keep Nos's minutes down?
Oh no, he got the bloody nose,
okay.
and he couldn't go back in. And at the last couple minutes, he said he wanted to go in, but he hit it yesterday, so he was out of practice all yesterday. And he's never had this before, and then he got hit again in the game, and it just wouldn't stop. But yesterday it wouldn't stop. It wasn't your typical bloody nose, let's put it that way. It just kept going. Obviously, you can't put him in if it's continuing to bleed, and that was the situation with that. So we were concerned that it might happen, actually. We were concerned it might happen again because it was so strange yesterday. Not broken, but just it was bloody for about an hour, and then the same thing happened today when he got hurt. So we knew it was probably a little bit more susceptible to that occurring again. So, obviously that changed the rotation, changed what we wanted to do, changed how we've been practicing in the last 4 or 5 days, and so, we had to make the adjustments.
It's nice to obviously get him back in there.
Yeah, I mean, he's made practice better, he's done some things better, but again, being out 3 weeks is never a good thing, and it's catching up and trying to do things. But his knowing what we're trying to do is key because we're lacking in that area. We're not where we need to be, and that's to be expected. Execution of plays, what we're trying to do defensively. And we're working on stuff today that we hadn't done before, and we saw all night today. And it just, the pick and pop 4, this 5 guys out. It's just something that we haven't been practicing against. It won't see a lot, but you see it in exhibition here in the first and after. So. We had some guys that recognized it, some guys that had never seen it, some guys didn't know what I was talking about. We tried to address it today, and I think we oftentimes you need to learn from experience, and we saw some of that.
Is Gilbert opening some lines up? Is he making a good thing?
He did some good things, but there's a lot of things for him to work on too. But he's really hungry. He's trying. He's doing his best, and he's done some good things. So again, that was he really got he really had to guard out on the perimeter, which is something he's never done, something Kem's never done, and they had 5 guys shooting threes, and I can guarantee you they've never guarded a guy that was shooting threes before.
Jamie, what are your impressions of Kem in the first couple of games?
I mean, he played good. He's got some good instincts, and he's doing some good things, and he's seeing some things that he's responding well to things he's never seen before, or things that he's had to do before. And so, I don't expect him to have it down right now, but he seems to be picking up some things. And obviously, if you're watching closely, you could see that there were some things where he was had to go against a fourth, fifth-year senior that knew how to play, and had some trouble with that. But what I do believe is that he will figure things out and learn and get better, because he has immensely in the games, in the practices that we've had.
I think Malcolm came in the second half. He added like 3 defensive boards in 3 minutes. Is that the kind of spark you feel he can give over time?
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, Talib did that, and I thought Nasir being out obviously changed some things around. Dante was in foul trouble. So again, our rotation was how we've practiced for the last 4 days was out the window, and that changed very quickly in the game. So. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how they improve. I mean, I definitely don't think that this is the end product here, and so we understand that, hopefully, and we'll work on it.
You had Talib playing the 5 a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
What do you think he brings to that position?
Well, I mean, it's not much of a difference, as I've talked about and emphasized. We've made it less of a difference. But it becomes a difference a lot on the defensive end with how teams play. And with this team, it was real evident. And so with the 4 and the 5 playing out on the perimeter, it became a real change. They had to guard on the perimeter. So he's a little better in that area. He's more experienced. Naz and Talib are our best big guys at doing that, as to be expected. And so those are the guys that we probably need on the floor on that, because the threes were though they didn't shoot a great percentage, those were the ones that were kind of keeping them in the game and got them in the lead to start with, as they hit 2 to start the game from their bigs. And when I say bigs, they're just smaller guys with guard skills.
Jim, were you and Coach Lee in the same conference out west? Is that how you?
Yeah, I know Coach Lee from way back. He was at San Diego when I started out. I guess I was at Santa Barbara. So he's a good friend, known him for a long time. He was coaching at Irvine for a long time. And he's a good friend. He's done a good job. And obviously, this is a school with a lot of tradition. And it's 8 national championships or something. It's really a basketball program down there. Just a lot of history, a lot of tradition, a lot of fan support. And so he's at a great place, and he's done a good job. I know they had some issues when he took over, and we had some, I think, some NCAA stuff, but some issues. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but he's done it, and they've gradually got better each year, and so now they're one of the best teams in the country. We think that's probably the best, one of the best leagues, and we thought that they were probably one of the best teams. He thought this was going to be his best team. They picked 1 or 2 in that league, which the winner last year won the national championship. So that was a combination of that going forward. We want to try to find probably what we think is going to be the best team given the situation.
You talked about your rotation some. You played 10 guys, significant minutes tonight. Do you think those are going to be your guys going forward?
Well, I mean, we had foul trouble, and then we had Nas not really as a factor. So I mean, I can't predict bloody noses for games keeping guys out. So I've never had that one before. The bloody nose no longer able to play, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes forward here. We've got no decisions have been made. Let's put it that way, and we've just got to get to work. And again, I'm excited about what some of these young guys have done. They get to show it tonight, but they're going to go out and play better here as we go forward. So, I wish we could have handled it at the end when we were up 19, but it's about getting ready for Friday, and that's what we need to do.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming tonight.